Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So the new patch is out, and a long-awaited feature is almost here. I say almost because we now have a position hold that will help you hold your position if you are at 5 knots or below. It's not a true hover hold, as it doesn't incorporate altitude hold at this point, so that is still up to you. However, it will hold your position in space, which can make it work basically like a hover hold. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. You can see my symbology is in the hover mode at this time. So let's go ahead and bring the aircraft up to a 5-foot hover. Alright, collective, left pedal, we'll hold that heading. Holding the cyclic as steady as I can. Trying to avoid drifting too much. And here we are, 4 feet, a little bit more, 5 feet. Alright, let's go ahead and engage the position hold. There it is. Alright, my hand is off of the cyclic at this point. I still have my feet on the pedals, and I'm still holding the collective. But I want to see what the cyclic, what the SAS is going to do for the cyclic. So I'm still working the pedals just a little bit. I have not trimmed, and that's an important thing to note, because I will trim here in just a second. Alright, looks like it's gotten us settled down. Basically right where we started, where we initiated the hover. I'll go ahead and drop a bob-up box here so we can see how we're drifting. And now, I'm going to go ahead and trim the aircraft. Here we go. Okay, I bumped the force trim. My feet are now off the pedals. And my hands are off the cyclic. I still have the collective, but I've got it friction down enough that I'm hands off the collective as well. So it's doing a pretty darn good job of keeping us in one spot. Now let's see what the patch notes say. The patch notes say that for the hold modes, we've got improved velocity attitude hold mode between 6 and 40 knots. And we have the initial work on the position, in parentheses, hover, attitude hold mode, between 4 and 5 knots. What's that tell us? The quote-unquote hover mode, really what we're talking about here is the position attitude hold mode, is only going to work at 5 knots or below. If you are above 5 knots, then you're going to go into what's called the velocity attitude hold mode. So now what you're probably wondering is, can I use this OGE? Absolutely. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Now all I'm going to do, I'm not going to touch the cyclic or the pedals. I'm just going to pull up on the collective. We'll get a little bit of a climb going here. You can see it's trying to keep us in position. We'll put it about 91% torque. And we'll see what the hold mode does. We are definitely OGE at this time as we pass through 80 feet by all definitions. And we'll come up to about 150 feet. Here we are, just working that collective to kind of hold our altitude there. And you can see the aircraft has done a great job of keeping us inside that bob-up box. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think you will be too, because you'll be able to use it now in an OG hover if that is your preferred technique. You can use it in an OG hover to engage targets. So that is really cool. I'm glad that that feature is finally implemented. Just once again, there is no altitude hold function here. Altitude is strictly controlled through your collective. The aircraft itself is not doing anything with regard to altitude hold. Okay, so let's see what happens if we try to engage the position hold mode while we're moving. We'll go ahead and disengage it now. We'll start moving forward. We're greater than 5 knots. I'm going to go ahead and engage it. And what happens is it turns into a velocity hold mode, as we expected. Seems like it's holding more pitch than it is velocity, but okay. Now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and disengage it, and we'll attempt to come to an OG hover without climbing through the stratosphere again. Slow it down, slowing down, slowing down. I'm gonna get to that less than 5 knots. There we are. Go ahead and center it up. I'm not doing a great job of staying over my runway, but that's okay. We'll work with it. And engaging the hold. Trimming the aircraft. Letting go of the pedals and the cyclic. Drop the bob-up box just so we can see where we are. And you can see I'm still controlling the altitude manually with the collective. But the aircraft itself is stabilized in an OG hover. So not bad. So it's gotten us into a pretty good stable hover here. Hopefully this helps you with your weapons engagements, helps you give George a better, more stable platform to work from when he's tracking targets and putting a laser spot on them for Hellfire engagements. And hopefully it helps with your enjoyment of DCS and the Apache as a whole. I just wanted to take another quick minute to say thanks. We're up over 2,000 subscribers now. That's awesome. So if you've taken the time to like, to watch, or even subscribe, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate the support. It's awesome. It's awesome to know that this community is out here and doing great things by supporting the content creators that try to help you all understand the aircraft a little bit better and just get some enjoyment from DCS world as a whole. So thanks again. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.